All right, so here's a recording I want to do. I mean, it's not a positive recording, but this is something that I don't know if I mentioned this before, but it's something that it's regards to my beloved country that is lacking, and let's go into it. And this tells about this unfortunate unnamed girl who got raped at school. And now when I read the story, of course, I was emotional about it to me, as disgusted, as infuriated. Maybe want to punch a hole through a wall because what's disgusting is that this poor girl was apparently raped by three of our male classmates, who again are not named. And as usual, I mean, the worst part is that nothing has been done so far about these little dirtbag delinquents who hurt this girl. But let's go into the story. So, COVID-19 shuttering of schools have offered respite to an emotionally scarred teen who was pulled from classes on February 18th earlier this year when she was reportedly raped by three boys. I'm not going to go into graphic details. The teen's mother has appealed for swift counsel for her daughter, urging the quiet child who she says melted away in silence. Poor thing. Yeah, that I can imagine what this poor baby is going through. This occurred at Point of Glen, occurred during lunchtime inside a classroom at Clarendon High School. All right, and if that's true, aren't there any security guards or any monitors around? But I digress. The child's mother has expressed disgust at the response of school officials, who she believes handled the situation poorly. Again, disgusted but not surprised. The identity of the child might have been withheld because the alleged victim is a minor. The school and community have also not been named. All right. As our team sat on mother with the veranda recently, discussed her frustration with officialdom. The mother denounced the school authorities, including the guidance counselor and the nurse, for not immediately alerting her to incidents and failing to take her child to see a doctor. They wait until school or to call me, quote unquote. It happened at lunchtime. I take her to the doctor, said the mother, and the principal has since apologized for the school's inaction. No one is saying anything about calling the police to arrest the alleged perpetrators. Of course, that's the one thing you want to take away as you read this. Nothing's been said about calling the police. The police weren't called, obviously, for whatever reason. She said that she took the child to the doctor and got a medical certificate, a copy which she presented to school and police. All right, the police were also accused of dragging their feet at initial stages of the investigation. Yeah, not surprising. What's also not said is that they're not swabbing this girl, see if there are any DNAs of her alleged perpetrators on her. But go figure. Obviously that wouldn't be done. So, all right, cause like I said, and just goes through some more of this. All right, now the poor baby in question is understood to be afraid to return to school. She's been tired of jail since the incident. He has said, quote unquote, I went up there last Thursday with my daughter in school, and the entire school came down every point saying, and see the girl that the boys are raped, and she said she wanted to go back. And apparently none of her classmates who, and I use the term quote unquote, none of them are saying, okay, if they know that this girl was raped, like none of them are taking it upon themselves to find out, to expose or better beat down their classmates who raped this girl. That's what makes stories like this even more sickening. 'Cause all the classmates should be treating her more like the perpetrator than the victim. Because whatever vitriol and anger should be at the boys who did this to this poor girl. Because all those people said, I know who these boys are, pointing them out, and we gonna stomp their asses all over the schoolyard. That's what the reaction should be, especially the other male students, because they should be saying, okay, who were the boys that did this to their classmate? We are going to go beat them so bad they're going to be picking them up off the ground after we're done with them. None of that response. That's what disgusts me about reading this. All right. And parents adamant their daughters terrified to return to school. All right. Now, that fear comes amid the recent revelation by Child Protection and Family Service Agency that there are 2,623 cases of sexual abuse against children in 2019 last year, an increase of 2.276 or 12% over the previous year, when 2,334 cases were reported. All right, and then basically the boy, basically saying that the dirtbags raped her, or threatened all right, threatening her, all right, and so on. And she's basically free to confide in her so-called classmates, who are no better than these rapists, because all of them are basically treating the rapists like they've done nothing wrong. Because if anything, all those other students should be basically wanting to violently harm those boys at this point. But I digress. But the thing is, I'm guessing this is what emboldens those little demons, because they know that they're not going to be punished, because obviously the police and the school administration don't give a shit. Let's just call a spade, and the other classmates who are shown that they're also moral reprobates obviously have not reprimanded or called them out or sought to avenge this girl. But apparently that's okay with her, because is the part that a lot of them are like-minded, and that is the frightening thing about that. All right, no, person the matter, the Clarendon school principal declined comment. And basically, basically what he's saying, I do not give a shit. I mean, like, yeah, this is just ordinary students. I mean, I don't give a shit. I mean, like, no. And I even said this online that if this girl who got raped had been the daughter of an uptowner, yeah, he's going to have a very different reaction, because he knows the parents of that uptown girl that got raped. I'm just talking about the scenario I'm painting. They knows that those parents are going to get him and the whole school. Look, they're going to paint them. They're going to get the principal fired, or even worse, they said, okay, if you don't do something about who hurt my daughter, all right, you're going to be losing. You're going to be losing your job by the end of the week. All of y'all are going to be fired, and we're going to put this whole school on blast. So you better do something. I mean, he'd do something if this were the daughter of an uptowner. Let's just call a spade, because this principal is a piece of shit too. I'm just saying that he's obviously a coward, or he's just this indifferent piece of work. All right. All right, so no, but some residents of the area, thank God, have accused the school administration of institutional secrecy that spans several years. The accusation, of course, was denied by the principal. All right, and they say, like, some other areas say that this girl who got raped was not the first. All right, okay, all right, and so on. Okay, and there's basically the rest of this is that. And what I like what the mother said, because school never acted immediately, no rape kit was done. The doctor only has a medical report for and to the doctor's heart, and you don't have to look to have it for yourself. It's rough. All right, and then this ended by saying the community police also declined comment. So that's it. Yeah, as I said when I read this story, it's hard not to get emotional. Now I don't want to imagine what that poor girl went through. I mean, unless it's proven that she's lying, that those boys are innocent as pure wind-driven snow. I'm just going to assume that, okay, she is telling the truth, unless some people can prove otherwise. And I say this is so, like, if I had a daughter or something, or a sister or a female who was in female relative or loved one who was at school and was in that situation, I would basically be in, like, honestly, like I said, I would be in feel like Liam Neeson's character in Taken, where I want to be going to my house with a loaded gun. I want to bust some caps in the people who harmed this daughter. And yes, the fool will say, man, you talk about hurting children. Okay, first of all, you idiots, those are not children. Those are demons in human guise, all right? Any person regardless of age that does that to another person, especially a woman, those are not human beings. I don't care what age they are. Those are demons. And it's not lost to me. It's obvious what they did, their actions, what brought about their that mindset to do something that evil. Obviously, that reflects on how they're raised. Cause I'd love to know where the parents of those boys are, and I wouldn't be surprised to know that the parents are either abusive or neglectful, and or maybe the parents are just as evil and wicked. All right, so it's not lost to me that obviously these boys were raised to be monsters. They were raised to not have any moral values by the father or the mother or whatever. So like I wouldn't. So again, I wouldn't be surprised if the parents of these boys were a reason why they turned away. But nonetheless, they deserve to be punished. All right, because again, I'm saying those are not boys; those are demons in human sense. And the fucked up thing is, unfortunately, this is not the first story, and it's sadly not going to be the last. I've read stories where you have these delinquents who are demon seeds who do these horrible, wicked things like rape and assault and some other deviant behavior. And the fucked up thing is, majority of cases, many of these youths are not punished. All right, because and again, it boils onto how they're raised, but it's also boils on the fact that you have a system and a cause, and these communities, all of them are getting the blame for this. Is that they condone, they tolerate, and they even encourage this bad behavior with them. Cause and the ones that do want to stand up and try to correct these youths, yeah, those are the ones that are either going to get assaulted by these youths, or not even the youths, the parents. Cause yeah, like I said, the parents, if the youths don't assault you right there, the parents will. That's unfortunately how it is, but again, this just boils into the fact that this is just a sorry not to lose my train of thought, but this is unfortunately not a new story. And again, this is not my last one, because there are many stories like this where these other students are victimized by these students. But you know what the real reason I'm doing this recording is because here's what Jamaica's lacking. And I said this online. No, chances are the Gleaner or discuss are not going to print what I said. They usually do. And all right, but this is what happens when you don't have a warrior class in Jamaica. No, why I say this is because I don't expect this that these little dirt bags are going to be punished. Because you saw the reaction of a lot of the classmates. A lot of the classmates are either cowards, just like these boys, because these boys are cowards. There's nothing powerful or beholden about these rapists, because these are only a coward would do that to someone, would violently assault another classmate with friends. I mean, you wouldn't see most of these guys do this by themselves, because they know that they may have a chance that the victim, especially that victim, knows what to fight back, that victim might whoop their ass or put serious hurt in them. So they just work in packs, cause and so on. But the fact that these other students, according to what they're saying, basically are not reprimanding or not exposing or not avenging this girl, that says more about more about how that mindset. And unfortunately, that's a mindset that's in a lot of these Jamaican communities. Like, you have too many codes and too many people who are complicit with these bad elements, and that's what encourages them. Because these boys, I won't be surprised if this she wasn't the first that they did this to. And given the fact that the police who are very useless, I'm not saying all, but many of the people in the police force and administration are useless. Either they're cowards too, or they just said, we don't care. These boys are going to go on and do this to some other people. Mark my words. Now, the only thing that will most likely happen to them is that they buck up on some other criminals who are basically going to either take them off the mortal coil, or some of the police who basically say, you know what, I'm not going to do things by book. I'm just going to like put some bullets through you. That's most likely going to happen. Like, if they're not in jail, some other criminals or some other policemen are going to lick them down. And but by the things that damage to this girl has been done, because I pray for this girl that she does not end up that her life is not permanently scarred. I mean, it is in a sense, because she's not going to get over this anytime soon. And if she doesn't like take things to the extreme by, I'm not even going to say it. She's always going to remember this, and this girl's innocence has been taken away forever. I mean, I just pray that she overcomes it, becomes a stronger and better person. But that's not likely. But what this also didn't help is that all of those classmates should have been, majority of the students there, all of them should have been sympathizing with her. All of them should be in her corner. All of them should be saying, okay, we're going to find these boys who did this too. We're going to beat them with an inch of their lives. I mean, the police can come afterwards, after we put some blows on them. I mean, that's what should have happened. And that is why I said Jamaica doesn't have a warrior class. All right. That is what encourages a lot of them. And the thing is, don't get me wrong, many unfortunately believe that, hey, the government, the police, or the administration are going to think. A lot of them are part of the problem. I'm just being honest with here, because many of them don't care about this girl. Because, as I said earlier before, this girl, it doesn't come from a distinct class in society. She's not an uptowner, obviously. She's just an ordinary person, Jamaican citizen, and so on. So it's going to be up to the community. And I'm just wondering, where's the dad for this girl? if the dad's in the picture, or she has any brothers, any male relatives, provided they're about that life. Because I don't make a case where her male relatives are in the picture and they're not going to do anything. Because the thing is, those male relatives who are in the picture, I don't for dad, whoever it is, understand. Just like I said with the Stefika Smith thing last year, the police will not do damn thing. The police do not give a shit about this girl. Neither does the so-called justice system. Neither does the school. Obviously, this principal and needs to be fired, obviously, but that's not going to happen. But if any other male relatives are about that life, they know who those boys are, and I'm sure that students will be protecting them. But they should find ways to find who they are. Then they're going to be putting in that work on those little punks. But that is if Jamaica. That's why I said Jamaica needs a warrior class, because obviously Jamaica, whatever warriors we had during slavery when we're fighting off the British, obviously those warriors were wiped out. And unfortunately, the slaves who were not warriors were a bunch of do nothing, useless cowards. Their descendants are still around to this very day. And I'm saying to Jamaica, you need that warrior class. When I see stories like this is why you need a class of warriors. Especially out to these young men, they need to be about that life, all right? Instead of like victimizing innocent people, these parents, these so-called parents, need to be instilling these men and the women too. We ain't gonna leave out the women too. They need to be still a lot to them with this sense of code and honor. All right, because if you stupidly believe that the politicians, madam, and the police force are going to do anything, you're damn idiots at this point. They've made it clear to you there's a benign neglect policy. They're going to see cases like this, and they're going to give this fake concern, and then by next week they're just going to be forgetting about, because it doesn't affect them. We need to maintain that hierarchy. That's what, and that the hierarchy is that only people of a certain class get protection. Rest of Jamaicans, these are cannon fodder. I mean, we ain't gonna do anything about that. All right, that is what most Jamaicans, if you hear this, are gonna realize. And unfortunately, the real Jamaicans who are about that life are not going to be majority, because majority of Jamaicans, unfortunately, are cowards. And yeah, when I post this and some people in feelings, I don't give a shit. That's just the truth. Like, all right, because the fact that these students who obviously were raised by some cowards and some deviants themselves, all of these students should have been hunted, found out those boys are, beat them till they can't get up, and then hey, then you can hand over to the police and so on. But then again, the police are going to be treating those boys more like the victims. Not that they care, but that's to be expected though. But that is what disgusted me more than the rape. It was sickening, it was disgusting, but the fact that nothing's being done about it, this girl has not had any support from her peers, that even makes it worse, because you're just enabling those rapists to do what they want to do. And it's just like the other video, which I didn't get a chance to make a video about itself, like that video of that piece of shit who was beating this woman. Then like afterwards they made this bullshit apology video where they're saying that this was part of this music video, which any idiot who has even a quarter brain could know that that's bullshit. You could tell that there was a lie, and that that woman, stupid as she is for staying with that piece of crap, we could say that was a big lie. But what does I mean? I didn't see the whole video. I saw clips of it where when he's putting hands on that girl, there are other men around. None of those other men didn't rush this guy, pulled him off of her, and start to stomp him into the ground. No, growing up, if you even put your hands on a woman, harm a woman, right out in the public, you're basically signing your death warrant right there. Cause some men who are about that life would have just rushed you, would have beaten you near to death. You all right? Is it all right? That's what would have happened in that would have happened right there. But the fact there are other men just standing there not doing anything. All right, I was even more disgusted at that though, and so on. And again, this is why Jamaica needs a warrior class, all right? Because if there were more warriors in Jamaica, if there were more men, especially men who had that warrior class mentality, fuckery like this would not even have happened. Any bitch made beta male even tried to harm a woman, just like that little punk in that video, or even these little scumbags who raped this girl, they know that even from the harmed these females, that's who men would have instantly hunted them down, and they, and that they'd be taking them on stretchers after those men got through them. But the fact that that's not happening, this is what emboldens these people, and that is the crux of what I want to say for this video. Is that I feel for this girl. I pray that this girl will be alright, but I also pray that this girl gets justice. I pray that some people find out who these boys are and give them that work. All right. I'm not going to pray that the police find them, because I have no faith in the police for the most part, because they're on the take, because a lot of these police, there's principal, a lot of people in the system, all of them are complicit in that benign neglect policy that they have. And I said this before, let this been the girl, the daughter of some rich uptowner, they would have had a much different reaction. They would have taken more swift action, because they know that the parents of that girl would swiftly punish them if they didn't take action. Right? And the thing is with ordinary Jamaican citizens, if you're hearing this and you're not cowards, me and the majority of you are going to say, yeah, whatever. We ain't going to do anything. We're just going to accept it as well, because we've what's the term I'm looking for? We've accepted our Latin life that we're going to be doing nothing, sniveling scaredy cats. We've accepted that Latin life, but for the silent minority who are not like that, this is more for you. But this is why we need a warrior class, because I'm sick of stories like this. It's not the first story I'm hearing like this, and sadly, it's not going to be the last, unfortunately. But for each video I have to have the energy and strength to do, I'm going to keep hammering this point. We need a warrior class, because this is where we've gone way beyond the point where we've said enough is enough. Enough is enough. When sailed way out to sea many years ago. All right, now it's time to put that work in. So this is for State of Jamaica and the Caribbean. Check my YouTube pages, Miles Glisson Fern and Miles Productions. Okay.